What's up guys, my name is Adapt and welcome back to another formation review on their channel. So guys, in today's video we're going to be reviewing the 4-2-3-1 formation. So if you enjoyed this, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, go absolutely ham on that like button, make sure you comment, tell me what other formations you want me to review on the channel. So let's get right into it. So for your goalkeeper, obviously the types of players you want in that position is just your meta goalkeeper as you have in every position. Now your right back and your left back were your fullbacks and your centre backs. Now with your fullbacks, you're not gonna need as much pace. Now obviously pace always helps, but if you want to use someone slower, say left back in the Premier League, Leighton Baines for example, he isn't the quickest player, but he also isn't very slow, but you can get away with that because you have two CDMs to cover him. So obviously preferably you always want pace, but if your fullbacks aren't as quick as you'd usually have them in different formations, you're not going to get found out as easily and you can get away with it. Now your two centre backs, obviously here you can mix and match here. What you can obviously need at least one quick centre back, and if you want your other centre back to be a bit slower, then you can do. Here I got David Luiz on 70 pace and 76 pace, so Benatti on 76 pace. So obviously if you want the best like possible team to fit the meta, then you want quick players. But if you want to put Hummels and Boateng in here, an iconic duo in the Bundesliga, that will work very fine in this formation because you've got these two CDMs to cover them. Now with the DMs, preferably, say for example we were talking about the Premier League, I'd go Pogba and Kante. They would be the best players to sum up the point I want to make here. So you obviously want one tall player, one big player. It doesn't even have to be fast. For example, Matic I always use in my examples. But Pogba can do everything and he's just a great DM in the game. And then next to him, you can have someone like Kante. Now Kante, I wouldn't use in a 1 DM formation because he just get run around. He hasn't got that physical presence and he hasn't got that physique where he can rule the defense on his own. Well, the midfield on his own in the defensive department. So if you want a Kante here, you have to have someone who's big and strong next to him. So you can do that, or you can obviously have two strong DMs, whatever fits your fancy, guys. But if you want more speed, I'm using the meta of Bakayoko and Fernandinho in this, which works quite well for me. But take that as you will. Now your cams, you obviously want one more defensive midfielder here. Wayne Rooney, you guys can say he isn't a defensive player, but he's got that physical presence and he can win the ball. Sometimes you don't have to have the best defending. Rooney's got that physical presence, 86 physical right here, and you want to look into the physical and finding a player to fit this role, because that's what this player is going to be doing, winning the ball back for you, pressing your opposition, and possibly being able to body them off the ball. Now for example, I have Wayne Rooney in this formation. Other examples would be someone like Toni Kroos. He isn't the quickest, but he's quite strong and he can do a role in that position. Also another cam, if you were to look in the Premier League, let's see who else we've got in the Premier League here, who I would put in this. So if you go to cams here, Dele Alli, why not? I've got Dele Alli here, but you can also play Dele Alli behind there if you guys are getting what I mean. Someone who's tall and someone who's big. And for cams here, you can pretty much go for anyone. You want two playmakers here. Obviously, Rui Costa's a playmaker and a great one. And Dele Alli is just a great player from the Prem who fits in this team. but you guys can obviously choose your own versions here. And for striker, you want someone who's quick and agile. You're not going to be playing crosses into the box like in this formation, guys. So don't play someone like Footmas Carroll or something in this formation. You want someone who's quick and someone who's small and has really good balance, composure, finishing, and all of that. Someone like Aguero, someone like that player swap Sanchez, which I'm going to do, and someone like this Foot Birthday Morris, who's an absolute baller. 56 games, 76 goals, 30 assists. This is not a play review here, but I'm just showing you guys who you can consider in this formation. Maybe a Mane, that Foot Birthday Mane could also go in this formation. So you obviously want someone who is small and quick and just slimy, guys. So that is the types of players you want in this formation. Now getting into the player instructions I use for this formation. Now you can obviously switch them according to how you play, but this is what I choose. So your fullbacks stay back while attacking on every single formation. That's what you want. Except maybe for 5 back, I can see myself changing that. For DMs, I want man mark and stay back while attacking. Some people choose to do cut passing lanes and stuff, but I find that my team are more organized and people aren't like running out of position and stuff like that. My DMs are always disciplined on man mark and stay back while attacking. But if you want them running around and stuff like that, then you can have them on cut passing lanes and stay back while attacking. We have Wayne Rooney on comeback on defence because he's playing the more defensive role in the attacking midfield of coming back and retrieving the ball for myself. I want him to stick to position because I want him occupying that space in front of the DMs at all times. I don't want any gaps in this team. Now, for my 2 cams, I want stay forward on the right cam, which is obviously your best playmaker for me, Rui Costa. And then I got Dele Alli on basic defensive support. I haven't touched him. He's on stick to position. They're all on stick to position here because I want my team to be organized and I want everyone to stick to their portion of the pitch. Now we have aggressive interceptions on Rui Costa and Dele Alli, and we have normal interceptions on Wayne Rooney. Now, the 2 outside cams, I want aggressive interceptions because I want them getting into the face of my opposition, because in foot champs and stuff like that, you need to be playing high pressure to win the ball back, otherwise you're going to get punished. Now, for your attacker, you want getting behind because obviously in this formation you want a small guy, someone who can cause problems and weave in and out of defenders, and that's why I have on Morris here. So I've getting behind, balanced width. I don't want to do anything with that. I don't want to do anything with his interceptions, but I want him to press the back line, so he's putting pressure on that back 4 of my opposition, getting them to distribute the ball out quickly. Now, getting into my custom tactics in this formation. Now, I'll have this on freeform, but it should be on organized here. I possibly changed that before. I was just experimenting for 1 game, but I usually have this on organized. So speed you want on 60. This formation, it doesn't benefit, like, you don't want to play like quick FIFA with this formation. This is more of keeping the ball and stuff like that, and more build-up play. Now, passing on 55, obviously I've kind of kept that neutral, put it a bit up, because you want passes being made and quick 1-2s and stuff like that. That benefits the meta of this game and how you have to play to be successful. You have to do loads of passes and stuff like that. You can't really run with 1 player, I found, in this game, and that's why passing is on 55. Obviously chance creation, passing 60. I want my team, the attacking mids, to be active with the passes they're making, and I want my attacking midfielders making runs and stuff like that, breaking my opposition's defense 1 by 1. Crossing 40, you're not going to be crossing in this formation. If you want to play out wide, this formation is not for you. And for shooting, I have on 50 because obviously I don't want to tamper with that too much, and I want my players to get into shooting positions. Now, for the position I've organized on that, because that's how I've set up my team. If you put them on passing lanes and stuff like that, you possibly might want to change the positioning to free form for chance creation. But for how I'm setting up this formation, I have actually set my custom tactics differently. Now the pressure, I put 50 pressure because this is a formation which is organized very well. The setup, you've got the 2 DMs covering your defense, so you have extra defense for your team. And if you have pressure too high, then it's just going to mess everything up. Your players are going to be literally rushing into tackles and stuff like that, which you don't want too much. However, on the other hand, I do have aggression on 55 because when my players are running to the ball, I want them to get it and I want them to be aggressive. I don't want them to lay back and sit back and let my opponent just absolutely dominate me. Now the team width, I have that on 47. You can go anywhere from 47 to like 50 on that, but I put it on 47 simply because I don't want my team too far apart from each other, but I don't want them too close. So 47 was where I found that the team played its best. So those are my custom tactics, my player instructions, and the types of players you want in each position. Now we're going to go into the pros and cons of this formation. Now, for those of you who just want to attack as soon as the game kicks off, this formation, it isn't really going to work for you. This benefits patience in the long run. And if you play passes and you try and do build-up play, then this formation will benefit you later on in the game. Now, let's say, for example, if you're a pro, if you analyze pros gameplay, if you're Huge Gorilla, you play like Huge Gorilla, you like quick RBNA passes, driven passes, and things like that, this formation isn't going to allow for that. Well, you're not going to be able to use it to its full potential. Now, if you play with a tactic such as Rocky, for example, now I don't proper analyze Vitality Rocky's gameplay, but if you see his gameplay, he's not letting you touch the ball until you're like picking it out of the back of the net. He's very, very careful with how he controls the ball, every touch his player makes, and he wants to shield the ball a lot, so you can't even get near the ball. Now, benefits of this formation. So you have 2 CDMs. That provides a lot of cover for your defense. Now, say if you're getting attacked and pressurized, these CDMs, they don't let that happen, guys. They get the ball off of your opposition and you're back on the attack. They provide a lot of cover and you're not really going to get exposed at the back. You're going to be allowed to make several passes, pass from the back, and play patiently until you're able to score. However, if you're a type of person who likes to do a lot of crossing in your gameplay, things like that, you're not going to be able to do that in this formation. This formation is not going to work for you if you're one of them people who just likes to cross the balls in and try and score from headers and stuff like that. You know, your cams may push to the wings and stuff like that at times, but they're not going to be as at an advanced role as your wingers would usually be. Now, this formation is okay on the counter attack. This formation is mostly good for when you want to close out a game. You guys will see with pros what they'll do in this formation. They'll use, let's say, the 4-1-2-1-2 bracket 2 for the beginning of the game. They'll see what's going on and they'll score their goals. And when you get to the 60th to 70th minute, go to 4-2-3-1 and close the game out. You're not going all out defensive. However, there's a good control and it tilts more towards the defensive kind of play. Now, there are some bad things about this formation as well. Your CDMs, they're working extremely hard. They're running like back and forth from midfield and stuff like that. And that could run their stamina low sometimes. Sometimes your cams may like push to the sides and stuff like that, and then you're not gonna have cams which are extremely quick and stuff like that, not 90 pace and things like that, but so you won't obviously be able to run down the wing and cross like that. Now, this formation can also be countered quite easily. If you have an opponent who likes to pass a lot and outpasses you through the midfield, passes through your DMs and stuff like that, you could have a bit of a problem right there. And if they've got a DM to cover your cams and stuff like that, you're going to have a huge problem. You don't want your striker to be isolated up there. So if they have like one centre back, one like big centre back who completely marks your striker out of the game and deals with him, then you could have a bit of a problem from there. But this formation is the most effective when switching to it when you're already in the lead. So from the beginning of the game, if you like to play build up and stuff like that, then this formation can work for you. And if you're more defensive player than an attacking player, this is what you also might want to start with. But if you're more attacking and you have more belief in your attacking abilities, then I'd prefer another formation. You guys can check my other formation reviews out. I've done other attacking formations such as the 4-1-2-1-2 bracket 2 and the 4-1-2-1-2 just normal variation, the 4-3-2-1, and I've pretty much got them formation reviews on this channel. So overall, I'd give this formation at the beginning, let's say a 6 out of 10. But when it gets to the latter stages of the game and you want to close out the game, I'll have to give this formation a 9 out of 10 because that's how good it is. Like, you guys will be able to take a page out of the pros books when using this formation. Like, there's a reason why they're switching to this formation so late in the game when they pretty much just want to close the game out. So I'm going to let you guys watch the rest of the gameplay. We did come up against like icon squads, the 4-3-2-1. Now there are formations which can counter this. 4-1-2-1-2, just a base formation, 4-1-2-1-2 bracket 2. I've done formation reviews on both of them. I've also done one on the 4-3-2-1 which can counter this, and the 4-3-1-2. But that's only if it's the players of the same ability. If you're just better at the game than your opposition, you're most likely going to win the game. So yeah, I gave this formation a 9 out of 10 later on in the stages when you want to close out a game. So you guys can watch the rest of the gameplay. I'll come up against a full icon team in the 4-3-2-1, but I was just better than my opponent, and that's why this formation prevailed. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you follow me on Twitter, do all of that stuff, subscribe for more formation reviews, and I'll play some music and I'll show you guys the rest of the gameplay. So I'll see you guys in a bit. I'll see you guys later. Peace.